Hoy tenemos un Oldsmobile Intrigue, es a 2000. We're gonna replace or remove the starter. The starter is in good conditions. We're just gonna test it because we had a problem. Just make sure to jack your car properly and secure the wheels, and also have your tower here. And just be careful with yourself. It's very dangerous. So just keep your precautions. Okay, so the reason I'm removing the starter on this 2000 Intrigue Oldsmobile is because I have an crank issue. It won't crank at all. Okay, I already test the battery is good, and then the next step I'm gonna replace, or not replace, just test the starter. Okay, I know you can do it in the car when it is in use in there, but I'm gonna remove it to show you guys how to do it, and then just to let you know how to replace. It's pretty easy on this car. It's the easiest one I ever seen to remove in the car. The starter, it's just two bolts. This is the starter right here, right? And then it's pretty dirty. I had a leak. It's my dad's car, so there is one bolt right there and the other one right there. Only two bolts right there. Okay, and it's 15 millimeters. I think that's what I use to remove the starter. Okay, so first of all, we wanna disconnect the battery. You can remove the ground wire, but in this case, I'm gonna use to remove both of them. I always like to be safer than safe. Okay, so just remove with 8 millimeters the battery first before you start removing the starter. And then, like I said again, I'm just gonna test the battery just to see if the starter, just to see if the starter is good. And then if it's good, I'm gonna just check something else, because my car, one of my dad's car, is not cranked at all. And then after that, I already just find the problem, but this is not a problem in this case. But I'm just gonna show you that way you can test it sometimes. So you need to replace it for this specific car, so you know how to do it. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. The easiest starter I ever seen or remove, especially with those the Ford. Oh my god, the Ford is the worst starter to remove out of the engine. Okay, so first of all, we already removed the wires from battery. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna just remove the starter so I can remove the electrical wires after this, because otherwise it's gonna be hard to remove the electrical wires first. Okay, so let's just remove the starter first by removing the bolt. So just lose the one on the really bottom, and then take off the one really on top. It's always good to start on the one on the top. That way you got the support on the bottom. Okay, so just do another extension like you say here. I'm gonna use a different extension because that's too short, just like me, too short. So okay, so I'm just gonna remove. Yeah, there you go. That's the other bolt. Only two bolts, guys. This the easiest starter you're gonna change or replace and on any type of car. Okay, so just lose it like this, two, and then take it off all the way out, and then the one on the bottom you do it last. That way you got the support, and it's gonna be on the bottom. Okay. Okay, so I guys just gonna speed motion, as you can see. Okay, and my brother is doing it. I'm just teaching him how to do it, so he just start learning, doing some handy stuff, handy macho alpha stuff. So I'm just telling him how to do it so he can learn. And well, and that's what I can do, you know. Just share my knowledge. Okay, so just remove the last one right there and hold it with the other hand the rest of the starter, because otherwise it's like, and remember, just hold it right there because we got two electrical connectors, two electrical wires that go into the starter, and then if you drop it, it's gonna break those wires. Okay, so just very careful. Okay, come on, get it out, let it go. Okay, now I'm gonna just put the starter this way, slowly molly, like this, and then let me just check the right here. I'm gonna show you what is those two electrical wires are. One is for the solenoid and one is for the starter. Okay, so there's two hot wires, one little one, a small one, which is coming from the switch, and then the other one coming from the battery. Okay, there you go. That's the big one on the right from the battery, and then the little one is just underneath of it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the little one first, and just be careful. Those are pretty easy to break, so just be gently. I know it's a car, you know, but so especially if you wanna reuse this same starter, which the starter is good, so I'm gonna show you how to test it anyways too. Okay, it's pretty simple. You just need your jumper cables, and that's it to test the starter. Okay, I'm sorry for those screamers. My wife, you know, you can see wifey sometimes they get like that. I don't know. That was my luck. No le eches la boca. Okay, so after you remove the little one, just keep the nut in safe place because with little one you can lose it pretty easily. And now I'm gonna start with the big one, okay, which is a 13 millimeters, the same of the bolts of the starter. That's the same size. See, just slowly molly. Use a small one core ratchet. That way you don't break it too easy. Okay, just like that. See, pretty easy. Just remove the wire and then we're good to go. Now next I'm gonna show you how to test it. Okay, guys. All right, there you go. See, very easy. Don't you think? Yeah, the easiest way to move a starter from the 2000 Oldsmobile Intrigue. Okay, so I'm gonna put the jumper cables and the battery like this, negative with negative and red with red, positive to positive. And this is the way we're gonna test it, okay? See, just put one on the solenoid and it should be click like this, and put one in the other one, which is for the starter, and we're gonna spin it, okay? So this battery is good. Okay, so now we're gonna put it back on. We just clean it, just make sure it's nice and tight and put it back on. That's it, guys. It's pretty easy to install this starter, okay? So put the little one first, right there, and just put the screw back in there, which is like 8 millimeters or 10 millimeters. Can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. Just put it with your hand first. You know, that way you just guide it like that, and then just use the ratchet after that. Okay, but you had to to do like this, and then just tie it all the way until you feel it's good, okay? Because otherwise you're gonna break it. All right, as you can see, I already put the big one too right there with by hand, and then I'm gonna finish doing the little one. There you go, boom boom, like that. Yep. Yeah, just make sure to hold the starter with the other hand, okay? I'm glad today that my brother is helping me today. Okay, so the starter, just line it up with the engine and put the 2 bolts in place by hand first, and then just use the ratchet, and that's it, guys. That's all you gotta do it. I'm gonna show you the problem with with the car, that it won't start, it won't crank. Okay, I'm gonna show you in the next video how do I found the problem. Okay, so far right now I just test the starter, that you can see, and it's good. So now I already found the problem, but I'm just gonna share this experience with you guys too. Okay, just put everything back on, make sure it's tight, and then put the battery wires back on too, and then you're good to go. All right, that's that's the way to remove and test the starter from your 2000 Oldsmobile Intrigue. Okay, thank you, have a nice day, guys.